Hello my lovable lovelies and welcome back. So today I'm just going to be doing a little bit of a get ready with me. Just wanted to apply a little bit of makeup, talk with you guys a little bit, just have a little bit of fun. I am going to be using some CoverFX products. CoverFX, I don't know if you guys know this, but they're getting rid of it in some Sephora inside JCPenney stores. Not Sephora's, but Sephora inside JCPenney stores. So everything is 30% off of CoverFX. So I went ahead and scooped some things up while I could. So I grabbed the CoverFX Monochromatic Blush Duo in the shade Mauve. Mauve Mauve? Not quite sure how you say that. But anyways, it's like a pink shade, so we're going to use that today. Ooh, very pretty. Very pretty. That's what we'll be using on the cheeks today. And I figure since we're using CoverFX, oh, I also have the gripping primer, which I absolutely love. I was so happy to score this for 30% off. So we're going to be using that, and I figure since we're using CoverFX, we might as well use the foundation, the concealer. And I also picked up the Jackie Aina palette. It was on sale for President's Day. It was $31.50, and I get an employee discount as well. So it was like 24 bucks, something like that. So I couldn't not to get it because I didn't already own it. So yeah, just figure we'll play around with these products today. So if you guys are into that, just go ahead and stick around and we'll jump into the video. Okay, now I've got you guys pulled in a little bit closer, so we'll just go ahead and get started on the face. I'm going to start on my eyes using my MAC Painterly Paint Pot in the shade Soft Ochre. And I always start with this one. Always, always, always. And then I jump into my primer, and then I do my eyes, and then the rest of my face. I'm super messy with my eyeshadow, so I always do my eyes first, and then just clean it up with my foundation. So that is what we are going to be doing today. I feel like I'm very aggressive with my paint pot application. Like I just really swipe it on there. And it's like, oh no, those are my eyelids, be careful. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and apply some face primer, just using the gripping primer from CoverFX. And I really love this primer just because it has such a tacky base to it. And I'm so oily skinned that my foundation really likes to slide all over the place. Even if I use a mattifier, I find that a mattifier sometimes doesn't help. Like it feels like my skin overproduces oil if I use a mattifier, so sometimes that really doesn't help. But this gripping primer, it just has just the right amount of tack to it. It really holds on to the foundation, and I really appreciate that. I was looking for my little mini Jeffree Star sponges, the ones that look like this, except they're the mini ones, but I guess my cats got them. Sad face. I guess I'll just have to use the big one. Okay. The Jackie Aina palette. I have wanted this palette for so many months now, and it is finally mine. I can finally appreciate it in all of its glory. Yes, this is the palette. So what are we going to use today? When I start my makeup, I generally don't have an idea where I'm going until I get started, and then I just start doing things and it kind of comes together. So I guess that's what we're doing today. I feel like I want to start with this shade Ginger right here, and then maybe shift into the shade Edges, and then do a little bit of this shade Sponsored all over the lid and see what that looks like. I really like that shade Sponsored. The shift in it is absolutely amazing. Let me swatch it for you guys. Maybe the camera will pick it up. Ugh, the camera just does not do it justice. It is so pretty. Anyway, I think I'm going to try that and see how this turns out today. So I'm just going to use a little brush that came with the Anastasia palette. Normally the brushes are pretty good, so I go for them. I don't mind. Dunk into that shade Ginger. It's a lot of kickback, but there always is with Anastasia palette, so I'm not mad at it. I expect it. So I live here in California, right? And there's this place in San Francisco. They have one in New York too. It's called the Museum of Ice Cream. I don't know if you guys have heard of this place, but it's so freaking cool. It was so much fun. We recently went to San Francisco as a Valentine's Day trip. And when we went to the Museum of Ice Cream, I dragged my entire family to the Museum of Ice Cream because I wanted to go. And it was so much fun. Every room, they had all these cool like little things in there where you could take pictures and do like Instagram photos, and each room had a different flavor of ice cream and different ice cream facts. Like it was such a trip. Totally worth the 40 bucks. I mean, it was 40 bucks, a little pricey, but totally worth the 40 bucks. Like I would totally do it again. It was so much fun because you could just stay in there, and then at the end of it, at the very end, they have a sprinkle pit, like a swimming pool full of giant sprinkles with a slide. You can slide down it and jump into the sprinkle pit. It's, oh my gosh, I was in heaven. I loved it so much. It was so much fun. I want to go back. Take me back. Okay, now I'm gonna grab some of this shade Edges right here. This one on this Luxie 239 Precision brush. Just the one that's flat on one side and fat on the other. One of my favorite brushes to get like right in my crease area. And just place that right in the crease, just to kind of deepen up what we've already got started. Okay, now taking just the Morphe M504 brush, I am going to just buff out the edges, not put any product on there, just so it blends all together cohesively. There we go. Okay, so now I think I'm going to dunk into this shade right here called Credit, and drop that right in the outer corner. And I'm going to do that using my Morphe M456, just a little detail brush. There's a lot of kick up in the pan, but there's not that much fallout under my eyes, which is pretty good for an ABH palette. I mean, I'll take it any day of the week. There we go, we got a little bit of that base laid down. Now, okay, now it's time to jump into our fun shade, which is called Sponsored. This one right here. I don't see, it just doesn't do it justice on the camera. I'm just gonna pick that up using my little finger. Yes, honey. Have you guys seen the new Jeffree Star launch? The Bloodlust palette? Are you into that? I know I am. I don't think I'm gonna buy it just yet. I'll probably wait a little bit and see how everything goes, but I probably will be purchasing it. It's so beautiful, and I'm a sucker for purples anyway, so just have to go for it. Somebody come get your man. I think I got lost in my DMs. What? My DMs. What? You better come get your man. I think you want to be way more than friends. Okay, so that's the eyes for now. We'll jump back into it after we do our foundation and concealer and finish all that up. But for now, let's go ahead and jump into the foundation. So we've already got our primer on, so we're going to be using the CoverFX Power Play Foundation. So yeah, we're going to use the CoverFX Power Play Foundation in the shade N20. That's my shade. Or the one that works for me the best anyways. Like, you guys know I can't ever find a shade of foundation that matches me, so I just go light and bronze it up. That's just the technique that has worked for me. Oh my gosh, I just looked down at my desk and there's eyeshadow everywhere from where I knocked my brush, like where I was tapping it. Maybe that's where all the fallout went that was supposed to be under my eyes. I don't remember if this is a full coverage foundation, but we're gonna hope that it is, because I really miss wearing a full coverage. I've been wearing a lot of medium coverage or light coverages lately just because I have some acne going on and I've been trying to not make it worse, to make it better. So I'm just gonna use my Real Techniques brush and buff this into the skin. Your girl could use a full coverage moment right now. So If you guys have seen Jeffrey's palette, then you have to have seen Jacqueline's new palette, right? That palette is pretty. Now, I personally don't support Jaclyn Hill, not the hugest fan of her, especially after the lipstick fiasco. But the palette is pretty. I won't be buying it because I don't support Jaclyn Hill, but the palette is pretty. I have to give her that. And so far it seems like people really like it, so maybe she's actually got a launch that's going over well. I really hope so for her. She seems like she deserves a good launch. The poor girl seems scarred. But let me know what you guys think. Are you guys after the palette? Are you big Jaclyn Hill supporters? Are you living for it? Or are you scared of it because of what's happened with her previous palettes? How do we feel about Jaclyn Hill and her new palette? How do we feel about Jeffree Star and his new palette? I'm curious. You guys let me know. So yeah, that is white. Obviously whiter than my neck. It's okay. I'll bronze it up. It'll be okay. We're going to go ahead and do our concealer. So I have my concealer in the shade In Light number 1. And this is just the Power Play concealer that goes with the foundation. Which, I've used these before, but honestly I don't remember much about them. Like, I don't remember, was it good? Was it bad? Was there anything standout-ish about it? I don't remember. So, maybe that means it wasn't that great, or maybe I just don't remember. It could be a number of things. We'll test it out today and revive the memory. Or create a new one at least. Oh, I miss my little sponges. This seems so hard to do it now with the bigger sponge, now that I got used to using the little sponge. Seems like ridiculously huge underneath my eyes. I keep looking down. I'm sorry, you guys. My mirror is down here. So I keep looking down. My camera is way up there. I'm trying a new angle out. I don't know if it's working though. Like, I feel like I'm looking down entirely too much. I'll probably have to adjust this. Okay, now we need to set everything. So I think I'm going to use my MAC Patrick Star powder. It came out during Christmas of last year before last, 2018. I don't remember. I don't remember. Anyways, I have this powder and I'm going to use it. It's from MAC. It's the Studio Fix powder, I believe, just with the really cute packaging. So I don't know if you guys have ever used the MAC translucent setting powder, but this is like the first time I've used it. Or, I mean, not right now physically, but like owning this powder, the Patrick Star powder, is the first time that I've tried it, and it is some really good shit, you guys. I did not know that it was so good. Highly recommend. Okay, we've got our powder on, everything's set, so now let's go ahead and spray a little bit of our MAC Fix Plus Prep and Prime in the Cherry Blossom scent, just to kind of melt the powder into the face so it doesn't look so much like we're wearing powder. So we have HBO, right? And they put this movie on there called Ma. Have you guys heard of it? It's like this older lady. Well, she's not like older. She's just like, you know, mom status or something. And she's like buying these teenagers alcohol. And it gets like weird. She just like, I don't know, it turns out she knew their parents. I'm not gonna like give the whole movie away, but it gets really weird. So it's just a weird movie. You guys should check it out if you have HBO. Ugh, my eyes watering. Help! Okay, since everything is set, we're gonna jump back into the Jackie Aina palette. So what do we want to do for the lower lash line? What do we want to do for the lower lash line? I think I'm gonna jump back into the shade Credit right here, this one, and sweep that along the lower lash line. Ooh, no, I think I want to take this shade right here, Big Wig, this purple shade, do that along the lower lash line, and then buff it out with credit. What do you guys think? There we go. So what do we think about the eye look? It's okay. So I've just kind of slapped it together. It's okay. It's wearable. And I really like the purple on the bottom. Like, really digging that. That's what's really bringing it all together for me. Okay, so now we need some brows bad. So let's do some brows real quick. So for brows, I'm just going to be using my ColourPop pencil, Brow Boss in the shade Dark Brown. Brow Boss, you know, I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and like, I don't know if no one likes to see people do their brows, or if people just think it's boring, or if YouTubers just are leaving it out because they don't like it, but nobody does their brows on camera. And I think that is so weird. Like, people will come on the camera like with no makeup on, like, hey everybody, and they have no makeup, but their brows are on already. And I don't understand that. Like, maybe it's because some people don't have any brows at all until they actually put them on, like with makeup. Maybe that's it. I'll go with that. Okay, brows are on. I'm just gonna set them real quick using my Anastasia brow gel, just the clear one. Okay, now we need a bronzer to really bring this face together, because it's looking a little pale and dusty right now, and I'm not feeling the vibe. So we're gonna need to switch it up. Let's see. Let's use oh shit. The light bronzer, the butter bronzer in the shade Light from Physicians Formula. So let's just use that one real quick. It's a good one, it's quick and easy, and it'll work on my pale skin because this foundation is so light. Oh, it smells so good. I will never get over the smell of the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. It smells like summer, just like summer. I love it. We could use some summer around here right about now. Actually, it's pretty nice outside today. It's like a high of like 66, I think. It's all sunny. It's like, damn, I want to go for a walk, yo. It's February. What's the weather like in your area of the world, you guys? Has it started to warm up yet? Or is it still freezing cold around there? Started to warm up here in Northern California a little bit. I don't know if it'll stay like that. Hopefully so. Started to be like in the 60s during the daytime when the sun's out. If the sun's not out, it's like 50s, low 50s. But when the sun's out, it's nice and warm, high 60s. We had it in the 70s a couple of days. That was really nice. And I always do a little bit down my nose now, just to kind of even out the middle of my face. Just to give dimension. Take what's left over and run it on the end of my nose. Try and shorten it. And under my lip, just to create a little bit of a shadow. Because I have no lips. Your girl's got no lips to speak of. What blush do we want to wear today, you guys? Oh yeah, that's right. We're using the Cover FX Monochromatic blush. Oh, and she's purty, you guys. She's purty. Yes, she is. So let's dip into this baby. I'm just going to use my little Wet n Wild P72 blush brush. Now this stuff is pigmented, so I'm just going to go really light-handed with it and just kind of try and buff it out. You know what I just now noticed? We forgot to do an inner corner highlight. We'll get back to that in just a moment. Let's finish our blush. Now I've been seeing a lot of, mostly Instagrammers, but some YouTubers too, where they take their blush and they do a little dot of it right on the end of their nose, or else contour with it just to kind of blend it down their face. And I wonder, what do you guys think of that? I think it's cute on other people, but I tried it on myself and I just looked like Rudolph. It was not a good look. So what do you guys think about it? You let me know. Let me know what you think. And I'll go from there. Okay, jumping back into the Jackie Aina palette, I'm going to grab the shade called Trust Issues right here. And I'm going to pop that in the inner corner using the little brush that comes with the set, or with the palette, I mean. Oh wow, that has like a gold shift to it. Interesting. So that is such a trip, you guys, how that white shade comes off golden. There's a golden reflect from this white, stark white shade. It is absolutely beautiful. I love it. Okay, just gonna use my Highbrow Glow from Benefit and add a little bit of underbrow highlight. Okay, now let's add a little bit of highlight, which for highlight, I'm gonna use the other side of the blush palette, the shimmer side. I'm gonna use the shimmer side of the blush palette just as my highlight and see how this goes. I think it's gonna be really pretty. Oh, it is beautiful. It's not picking up too well on the camera, but boy, is it pretty. So this is absolutely stunning layered on top of the blush. It is just absolutely perfect. But I still feel like I need more highlight, like just around the brow, but like the top of my forehead and down my nose area where I generally wear highlight. So I'm just gonna grab my Fenty Diamond Wet highlight, I think. Oh no, I'm actually gonna grab this Maybelline Puma Chrome highlighter in the shade Knockout. This was a collab Maybelline did with Puma, I want to say like a few months back. Could have been like more than a few months ago by now though. Okay, now we need some eyeliner. So I'm just going to do, I never really do this, I've been practicing my wing. So we're going to do a wing today, and I'm going to use my Sephora liquid liner and the liquid, what is it called? Brush tip liquid liner, I guess is what it's called. So we're going to go with that. I generally have to get really close to the camera when doing my wing, so I might have to pause this and just come back. My wings never look the same on each eye. They always look different, so don't judge me. I'm practicing. This is practice for me. Okay, let's go ahead and set the face real quick. I'm going to use my Makeup Forever Mist and Fix Setting Spray. They just reformulated this, I believe, and it doesn't stink so bad anymore. So I'm trying to use this up so I can get the new one and see if I like that one too. Because the old one just smells a little bit like feet, if I'm being honest. Not the greatest smell to be spraying on your face. You see, I have a problem with my wing. One of them is pointing straight and one of them is pointing up. Do you see it? Ah! I can never get them right. Okay, anyways, we're moving on. We need some mascara, so I'm just going to do some falsies. So I'm just going to pop on a quick coat of mascara. This is going to be the IT Lash Blowout Mascara. This one's a pretty good one if you're just using like a quick coat. Using falsies anyways, that kind of jazz. Do you guys like Disney's Coco? I have the song Remember Me stuck in my head, and it's just going over and over again. Remember me. Okay, so now we need a lip liner. Let's see, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I'm just gonna use Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk lip liner. This one's a pretty nice, just basic pink shade. Okay, so this is brand new from Sephora. This is the Hydrating Lip Oil from Ciate London in the shade, flavor, whatever you want to call it, Watermelon Burst. So I'm just going to pop this on over the lip liner. I think this will be really pretty. Oh, it smells just like watermelon. Oh my gosh. It tastes a little bit like watermelon too. Oh my gosh, this stuff is amazing. I love it so much. It's so pretty. Love it. Okay, let me pop some falsies on real quick and then I'll be right back with you guys, okay? And there we have it, you guys. That is the finished look for today's little chatty get ready with me that I did. The lashes that I have on are from Lashaholic. They're some lashes that I got in a BoxyCharm a few months ago, like forever ago. But they're called the Insta Glam lashes, if you guys are interested in those. So thanks so much for chilling with me today. I really appreciate it. I had a lot of fun just getting ready, doing makeup, chatting. You guys just let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys had a good time. If you did, go ahead, comment, like, subscribe, give me some feedback. I really appreciate that. All right, I love you guys. Hopefully I'll see you again in a new video soon, all right? Peace out.